Hi, my name is Alyssa Smith, and today I'm going to talk about creating a strong virtual community for your face-to-face or online classroom. I have been teaching at a hybrid learning center for 4 years, and then this is my first year teaching entirely virtual. So I believe that whether you have a classroom face-to-face or just an online classroom, there are still many ways to facilitate that virtual community with your families at home. One of the ways in which I do so is I have a class Twitter page, and this is an individual Twitter. I have one that I use for networking purposes, but this is the one that I use to interact with my class. I share quick links and resources to my families. When you're face-to-face, you can update families on activities and objectives throughout the day so they can keep track if they choose to do so, or maybe look in the card line to see what their student learned about that day to talk to them about it. I've seen other teachers recognize special helpers and use their initials only. And also, just another way to build community is you can share pictures of your pet or other ways for your students to get to know you. So this is my class Twitter. Whenever I use Weebly for my class webpage, and it has a wonderful feature. I keep my newsletters archived in the format of a blog page entry. So whenever I post a new newsletter or blog entry, it automatically posts to my class Twitter. So families have just yet another place to look to get that information. And then I can retweet. I mostly follow things such as parenting tips and whatnot. And then I can retweet those to my families to just be a resource to families for yet another reason or another way to do so. Something that we just started this new year in 2014 is all of the kindergarten teachers collaborated together to create a Facebook community for our families to like. We share updates and resources. We share quick reminders and videos for the whole grade. And then each teacher can be made an admin on the page. And it keeps our personal Facebooks anonymous, as well as we can't see the parents' pages either. So, everybody still gets a sense of privacy, but they get to use a web page that's used frequently by most people to connect with their teachers. So this one's been my favorite so far. And see, you'll find we made our banner, and then we've made an event for the field trip tomorrow, so we know who is going. And we can share updates from our school, just another way to reach out to families. We can share important links, reminders that there's 2-hour delays, school's been closed, technical difficulties, as well as share some fun videos and activities we've done with the students. So that has been really a wonderful tool that we've had. The great thing about Facebook is you can pin a post to the top of the page. So if you were to view this page as a parent visiting the page, we have a specific post that's pinned to the top that asks them to read our terms before liking the page. And what we did is we just kind of made some rules for our page to set the guidelines. I made this in the next slide, but you can see it here as well. And we just asked our families that it's for the purpose of sharing ideas and information, because we're a virtual school, we want our families to be able to collaborate with each other, that we will delete negative communication. They still need to go through the school to communicate with us. Facebook's not the place to problem solve. And we shared, we can't see your information. We ask that you don't look us up on Facebook to keep our information personal. And anything that you do choose to share, you do so at your own discretion. So that's kind of just our disclaimer for the sake of having that. I know it made some of the teachers feel more comfortable with it as well. And just so we have boundaries that are set from the beginning, and that, helps avoid awkward situations for parent and student. Another thing I feel strongly about is a class webpage. I love using Weebly.com. It is free. It's very easy to manage. You can set your page up and have different pages or tabs along the top. You can make those blog style, form style, many different ways that you can make that fit your needs as a classroom. I know some of our older teachers have a blog style post where they post a writing prompt and then ask the students to answer in the comments. If you have more questions about creating a class web page, I have a post on that on my personal web page if you'd like to visit it. And here is a link to that. One thing that I'm a big fan of that we just started doing this year, and my goodness, look at that, because I'm actually sharing from my Google Docs and it wants that to be 2 words, is a virtual bulletin board. And what that is a blog style page that I added to my class website, and I use it to post student work along with the standards and summaries of our lessons. So here it's just a sidebar or side page on my class webpage. It's my virtual bulletin board. So last week we read about the butterfly migration. Here are the standards we covered, and then I have a slideshow of student work. So they can watch that or they can scroll to theirs as well. It's a great tool because not only can the students access it all the time, they can immediately get home and share it with their families. Since I'm a virtual teacher, these are just snapshots of activities we did in my virtual classroom. But, you know, we watched this video. If you want to watch it at home, here's what we talked about, and here's a sample of student work. I share videos of the stories we read and then the activities we did. And then sometimes we even scan writing prompts and share them with everybody just to show what they've done for families that maybe can't get to the school or share to loved ones that live far away. So that has been my favorite addition to my webpage this year. And the most important part is just to be creative. Anything you can do face-to-face can be done virtually. You've just got to sit down and stop thinking about, I'm a virtual teacher, this is what I do to reach my families virtually, and make a list of what best practices are face-to-face in the school community, and then think of creative ways you can apply them to your virtual classroom. I also have Remind 101. I kind of want to add that really quickly because it's a wonderful tool so that you can text your families. There's a link to that on my webpage as well, which is cappyscorner.weebly.com. And then once you have a good idea, share it with your Twitter PLN. Get those ideas out there so that we can work together and improve our ideas instead of everybody, you know, inventing the wheel on their own. So this is my personal Twitter account that I use to connect with other educators. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or contact me. I'll be happy to answer those for you. And hopefully this has given you a place to start with creating your own virtual community.